fraud reports. What I'm going to take you over, we are going to go and show you an actual report for the ACFE, but that's not the important thing. What I'm focusing on here is your way of thinking. When you are writing a report, are you thinking in the right way then? Are you wording the letters in the right way? Are you putting the sentences? Are you providing information that's effective or not? The most important thing about communication is what? When you communicate something in your report, you need to ensure the other person is going to understand it.
What this organization really needs is a one-on-one approach. Actually, what this organization really needs is repositioning. That means that what this organization desperately needs is change. Easily erasable. Gambling whiteboard markers.
Right? If I need to read your report, I need to understand what you are trying to do. Don't write all these terms in fraud that I'm trying to, I need a lawyer to understand it. Make it easy and effective. I love it when they say that there are some invoices that are not approved and this goes fraud. How many invoices? How much is the fraud? This is a very general statement. So let's start with the first thing. You are speaking about the condition, about the conclusion. You did the fraud investigation and you want to say what actually happened. So look at the statement. Some account receivables are outstanding. What do you think about this?
Always there is account receivables outstanding.
Yeah, of course, always. Yeah. So what is this? What is the catch here? Look how we can improve it. We say account receivables were not collected within 30 days and no penalties were charged for late payment. So look, the guy is doing something. He's not collecting the money and he's not charging him. What's going on? Is this fake sales? What's going on? This is more representing the condition that caused the fraud to happen. Even we can improve it more and say customer invoices amounting for 320. See, now we have a number. Paid over 20 because over 30 what? 20 days past due and no interest or late fee charge. Aha. I'm saying how many days. I'm saying they are the invoices of the customer and I'm saying exactly the amount. This is in your fraud examination report. You need to be very specific, not general. Okay, let's try another one. Purchasing manager does not consistently approve the purchasing order. What do you think about this? What things you like or you don't like in this statement? What things you don't like?
Generally, so what?
So what? Yeah, this is so. At the same time, do you know? Look. Constantly, what's the meaning of it?
Maybe isn't any.
Is it 1 day, 2 days? It's like based on his mood. Do you know what's going on? And how much is the amount? Look what we can do. Purchasing manager didn't approve 15, 6 out of 40 purchasing orders in 2013. Because does this happen for all his life? Or in when? In our investigation scope is what? Without identifying scope, we can't actually handle investigation. He was stealing money over his life or during 5 years. Right. Or we can do it even better. Look at this. Purchasing manager didn't approve 6 out of 40 purchasing orders in 2013, and that resulted of paying 18,000 more than we should. Aha! Showing the losses. So when we go after the purchasing manager, we tell him, okay, these are the losses that we had. Can you see how we can write more effectively? Right. Now, someone will say, I would like in the report to write the reason, the cause, why this fraud happened. Look at this. Manager didn't file the correct application. What do you think about this? What things you don't like?
Doesn't specify the controls that.
Yeah, exactly. What's correct application? Why? Right? The issue here, he filed the incorrect application. Why he filed the incorrect application? This is not solve the issue.
It's a fact, not a cause.
Yeah, it's a fact. He didn't sign it. So why? It's like someone would say, why the machine exploded? Because someone pushed the wrong button. Why he pushed the wrong button? It's not like, oh yeah, because he no. Why? Because he doesn't know. Why he doesn't know? That's the whole reason. We want to know the root cause. So look what we can say. We can say the online portal didn't provide enough guidance for the manager to select and file the correct. See, so here, this is what's important. The manager, they are going to file. They say, no, it's not me. It's the online portal. So if your investigation actually, because of the online portal was confusing, he filed the wrong one. This is how you need to put it. Otherwise, the manager will say, no, it's not my fault. It's your fault. So if this is actually what happened, this is what you do. And this is after the investigation, which is what I love with the recommendation. You are telling management, okay, great, now we lost 10 million. Guys, we need internal controls in place, otherwise we are going to lose this. No, what is going to do it again? That guy was a bad apple, right? And what about the rest? Yeah, they are going to be good. No, you need to have recommendation. But do you like this recommendation? Look what they're saying. Managers should improve the competitive bidding process. What do you think about this recommendation? What's wrong with this recommendation?
Very subjective.
Very subjective, right? Improve, what's the meaning of improve? Add some sugar? We need to understand how, yeah, how can we improve it? So look at this. Focus on the cause. Aha! The purchasing manager must obtain all the needed information for the bid within the appropriate time frame. What do you think about this? What's wrong with this recommendation?
Needed information.
Aha! What is the needed information? Yeah, very general. What else?
And what's the appropriate time?
Aha! What's the appropriate time frame? Look at this. Vendor application form. Look, it's not about the purchasing manager. It's about the process. Because purchasing manager, he will not love to have his name in your report. It's the process. Vendor application form, trade license, and banking information must be obtained within 10 days from the deadline. Now we are focusing on improving the process itself. And this is how we need to think when we are speaking about that. Every time you need to communicate any information, it should be clear that it's always the process that caused the fraud. It's not the individual. Because you have a gap in your system, the individual took advantage of it. That should be clear. So the process will be fixed. Now, if you are going to communicate any recommendation, you need to understand to who you are communicating. Do you know there's a very interesting story about Walmart? When the CEO of Walmart, who is the CEO of Walmart? Somewhat. So what happened when the CEO of Walmart was trying to create Walmart? The guy in marketing said, very interesting. Why don't we call it Wall from market? Wall from the last 3 letters of Sam, his last name, and Mart is supermarket. So that we mark Walmart. It looks like branding, cool, nice. However, the guy Sam, he's not interested in what branding. He's a guy who's focusing on the pocket, focusing on saving money. You can see he's still wearing jeans. He'd like to save money. So if you go to him and say, we have a very amazing brand, it's going to be Walmart, looks shiny, catchy, he's going to be, I don't care. So the guy, the vice president, he came to him, he said, sir, we found a way of saving money. He said, what's that? We call our store Walmart. It's only 7 letters. When we printed on receipt and bags, so cheap. When we need to clean the sign is so small and it's only 7 letters. What do you think about it? Good idea, I like it. Go ahead. Understand to who you are communicating. Understand their interest, their culture. Otherwise, you will lose.
The English believe it's a slur on your host's food if you don't clear your plate. Whereas the Chinese feel you'll question their generosity if you do. At HSBC, we never underestimate the importance of local knowledge. Which is why we have local banks staffed by local people in over 80 countries across the globe.
Okay.
HSBC.
Right? Make sure you understand the culture. Make sure you understand to who you are communicating. As well as understand if they feel that your recommendation is going to affect the operation or not. If they understand it. There's a very interesting case when they were doing investigation and they discovered everything happened in the operation is not related to actually mistakes, or it's not related to fraud. All these buildings, they were not done in the right way because the workers who are working there wearing gloves in Alaska that's not protecting them from freezing, so in that way they couldn't handle this equipment the right way, and so many injuries and disasters happened on the site. So they took picture of all these gloves and they brought it to the board of directors. They said, look, this is what's going on. They have different standards, they are not appropriate. Then the board of directors said, okay, now I can see what you are saying about. If you write in your report they are using different kinds of gloves, board of directors will not understand what you are saying. Use visual, explain it to them. So they're like, okay. Now speak with the purchasing department, standardize the process, buy good gloves and send it to them. Okay, I understand. Sometimes we need to have it visual. Make sure your report is not like this. We are going all the way to find exactly what you are trying to say in this report. So your report should be focused. Something like this. In your recommendation, are you focusing on the condition or the cause? You need to say, is it the condition we are focusing? You need to be able to fix the condition, fix the process, or you are saying, well, we need to go and find the cause that's happened and eliminate the cause. What are you trying to say? You are trying to report about the condition and how we need to fix it, or what is the cause? It's up to you, based on the situation, decide. When you are looking at your recommendation, look what will happen. Do you think your recommendations are going to be accepted by the department you are speaking about? You report to the board of directors, there's fraud in the purchasing department, we need to fix it. The purchasing department, they are in the driving seat. If you tell them you can do this, they will not like it. Usually, if they are in the driving seat, this is what they like. They like unlimited speed, no control. They can do whatever they want. Then you come and you tell the board of directors will say, you need to have limit speed. So now they say, I'm not happy with that. I don't like it. I like to be unlimited. Usually, what we are doing as a fraud examiners, we are only giving a light of the issue, and board of directors, they need to make a decision on the issue. And then they will do what? They will do the recommendation, and we can maybe do follow-up, or internal audit will do a follow-up to ensure that actually it is done in the right way, so fraud will not happen in the future. However, the guys there, when you are trying to implement these changes, what they are going to say is what they say. Please keep the eyes. We are happy. No controls, all the purchases are done, no one is checking, no one should approve anything. Now when you say, no, we are going to change this, they are not going to like it. Especially if they benefit from it. Look what they say. They say, people who drive like idiots keep us employed, right? Imagine if no one would do any violation. How the police are going to make money? So we like it that there are some issues going on, because this is how we benefit from it. When you put all these controls related to expense reimbursement, employees, they can't make any money from expense reimbursement. Aha, they are not happy. And when they are not happy, they say, why are we doing this? Yeah, so that no one will do fraud in expense reimbursement. They say, so what? This is what we need to focus. We need to focus on making sure that everyone can understand that there is a gap here, there is a secret door, and everyone is using that secret door. It's a very small door, but this is the door that everyone is taking advantage of the organization from, and use it. And how can we communicate that to the organization? We have a challenge, which is this, called communicating significance. Are we going to tell them there are 700 transactions, transaction number 1, transaction number 2, and for the, oh, quickly, what's this? Or you are going to tell them, when we have 700 transactions, the result is 1 million. Well, both approaches are nice, but you need to understand, is it board of director or the committee management who you are communicating to? Look what Einstein will say. He will say, if you can't explain it simply, you simply don't understand it. So should you go with a summary, or should you go with full details? That's the challenge. Let me show you. This boarding and this guy saying, look up, this guy saying, oh, we have this approach at this speed. The guy's dead. So which strategy you need to go with your report? Usually your fraud report is like 700 pages. No one is going to read it. Or it's 1 page explaining the issue, and you have all the supporting document. For that we say for each fraud report, we need to have executive summary explaining what happened. How can we communicate the information to them? Look at this, what I'm going to show you. When we are presenting the information like this, imagine if you have information like this. Board of directors say, what should I do with this information? Yeah, I understand these are the account payable that you looked at it and you discovered something going on and they are aging. What should I do? Compare this to this. Summarizing the information. Look, total amount of 25,000 in payable are outstanding for more than 30 days. Or 9 out of 75 is outstanding. Or 7 customers out of 20 are outstanding. Aha. Now, based on whatever the organization is focusing on, you are telling them what's going on. You can do it differently. You say, age account receivable range between 25 and 97 days if you are focusing on the days, or the amount between 1,000 and 10,000. Or even you can make it in a visual way, like this. It looks like most of the invoices, they are between 30 and 60 days, they are outstanding based on the aging. Or, it looks from which division the issue is happening. How interesting is that? Or it looks based on the amount. It's most likely the invoices between 0 to 2,500. This is exactly how we visualize the information. So any board of directors can look at it and say, okay, now I understand what you are saying. Based on the objective that we have in that report. So the whole question, the conclusion, should we focus on the why, the cause, why the accounts payable were outstanding, and as what, so what, the risk, and this is where we combine it. We say, this is the cause, and this has made us lose this amount, and this is what you do in your end of your fraud report. You say, this is the reason why the fraud happened, and this is how much we actually lost. So for that, follow up the recommendation. We recommend you to solve this so this will not happen again. So this is what we do. During our work, we do this. See, this is our work. We collect details, we write summary, we provide conclusion. When we present it, we present conclusion first. They need more information, they go to summary, more information, they go to details. It's the opposite way of reporting than the way that we conduct our work. Look, very interesting what she's saying. I've been trying to listen to you, but you haven't been saying anything interesting about me. When you go to the purchasing manager trying to sell your recommendation related to the new process of internal control to prevent fraud, don't say, this process is very important. No. You are going to shine. No fraud is going to happen. You are not going to be fired. Okay. Sell the issue to the person, not to the organization. They don't care. Tell them how they will benefit. This is always, I'm interested in the person, not interested in the process. This is what they will tell you. Communicating sensitive information, we already went over it. When you are communicating sensitive information, you need to be careful. Finally, the final concept is this. Communicating illegal information. This is very critical, the meaning of it. I come there to do an audit in your department. So I come and they do an audit in your department. I discover, oh my God, they have 3 employees without visa. Ooh. So I go and I start, documenting this information. They have 3 employees without visa. Inform HR to take action of it. And in that way, it looks like why this happened because you have these employees and you reported them on the bureau. Before I do that, because this is illegal, correct? What's going to happen? Government is going to come after me. Regulations are going to come after me. Anything illegal, I need to, before doing, even writing an email, call the legal department and say, it looks like what is going on is related to illegal activity, and let them handle that, all the information to be privileged under them, so no one can obtain it in case government or any entity, they would like to obtain information about your fraud. Because it's controlled by client privilege, they are legally controlled. No one can obtain them without, appropriate procedure. This is very critical and very important. So based on everything we discussed today, this is as a fraud examiner what you need to be. You need to be a lawyer to understand everything going on. You need to be an accountant. You need to understand the criminology and behavior. And you need to be as well as an investigator. You need to have that skill set. So for the people in the room who are not CFE, I really highly recommend you to take the CFE review course if you are interested in understanding all these concepts. Today what we did is just a small summary of these concepts. The exam is really easy, it's 10 hours. Each part is 2.5 hours. You have 125 questions, 75 questions per section. And you need to complete it over 30 days. It's covering all these sections: fraud prevention and deterrence, financial transaction, fraud investigation, legal elements of fraud. We already conducted the course to more than 150 last year. And we have a lot of courses this year in different countries. So we really highly recommend you to take it.